stamina is 8.
Also fair.
No, stamina is not
And
8.
we're
It
live
is
streaming again.
Well, sorry, wait. That's me, not Max. My bad.
right. Okay, hang on. Stamina will actually be plus 6. I'm afraid.
Clean.
Mm-hmm.
And
Presence.
awareness. Did I already give presence? Yes. Presence
Is
will be
presence like charisma?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Presence will be 4 because
That's
costume
fair.
and shiny majorette.
Mm-hmm.
And those will be what you need for now.
Okay. I
The
got
rest
it.
I will fill in as they're needed.
Mm-hmm.
Now then,
Yes.
it is time to catch up on what happened off screen.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
Because
I
we
do
lost some time.
apologize.
Stop apologizing, we got time. Wait. No, we don't have time. Anyway, it is time. As we found out, Rin is kind of, being a physical danger to these goblinoids and needs to be stopped. However, only the goblins really have any solid idea where he is at a given moment, and they're not talking because Rin terrifies them. However, it's been established that we can make them talk by playing games with them and helping them to chill out a little bit and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Because even monsters deserve a little break.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to have break time together with the goblinoids.
Yep.
And everybody, look at your stats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need stats, I'll make some up on the spot, and then we can fix them later.
What kind of stats?
Skill stats: strength, stamina, agility, dexterity, fighting, intellect, awareness, and presence.
Mm-hmm.
The mutants and masterminds stats.
Yes.
Which, if anybody is seeing the stream, they can see what my character sheet looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, it is time to begin the games. The first one that we are starting off with is, when was it? A very simple game. This is called
Translation?
it's basically a dance-off.
Oh, okay. Camilla's gonna dismount the horse, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna take turns dancing, I guess, and the winner is I have no idea how they determine the winner. So just play along.
Alright.
Alright then.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this little guy goes up first. And now,
No. Caspian, go.
and so, what he's going to do is he is going to roll his d20 with his modifier. Come, what's this? Stop fighting me!
I'll
Okay.
try.
Right. His d20 with modifier.
Oh.
He reaches a modified 0. So his dance step is literally he puts his arms to his side, stands up on one foot, and then falls over flat on his face. And the goblinoids are going wild.
I give a polite little clap.
They're clapping and whistling and pumping their fists like it was the coolest thing they'd ever seen. Then he stands back up with his nose bleeding and he wipes his face off and he's holding his arms up to his side like wah, wah, wah.
Very good.
And then backs off again. Okay, the the standards of quality for this contest are a complete and utter mystery to me. Uh,
Well,
have at it.
All right. What should I be rolling?
You
Obviously
should be
D20.
rolling agility.
All right. Agility is +5. Oh, there we go. And
Ooh. And look at that. You done did good.
but by whose standards?
Well, this allows you to describe to me exactly what you intended to do, and it'll basically be that.
So she's gonna do a quick little flip,
Ooh.
and then twisted layout,
Oh.
and followed by a couple of just like a little bit of footwork.
Oh, the goblinoids look at this. Look at that dance. And their eyes go wide, and they're slightly slack-jawed, as if they're hypnotized by the thing that you're doing. Oh, and the big one kind of drooling a little bit for a moment. And then when you
she politely bows.
then they like then they snap out of it and just start slapping each other for a little bit. It basically devolved into an impromptu Three Stooges routine.
Yep. Caspian, stop. So
I
yeah,
hear
she's gonna turn
words.
to her brother, and she's gonna be like, "What are they saying?"
I hear words, but it's all nonsense.
Perhaps it's for the best.
Hmm.
Okay, so he goes back in line, and then big guy steps out. And now it's his turn to dance.
Okay. Mafia, you're
And-
tagging in.
Very well.
Okay, and now his routine is with a slightly different modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
Yeah, he basically
I could see him doing like a windmill. You know what that is, right? You know what a windmill is, right?
I used to.
I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna break dance windmill. Or was it a windmill? Or was it? Yeah, that's it. Copy link address. Because I have studied a little, not like actually practiced, but like I've definitely done quite a bit of research on like
yes.
breakdancing.
A windmill is the classic swinging your legs in all direction breakdance move. The kind that anyone who knows how to breakdance would probably learn first.
Not quite.
Not quite?
No, you kind of want
Okay, third or fourth.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit more of an advanced move.
But everybody recognizes it. And so what he does is he literally stands himself on the tip of that horn that he's got on his head
Yeah,
and
that's
just
kind of
begins to
dancing.
spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. He's throwing a lot of air around him, and then he begins to lift off the ground little by little,
Goodness.
and he's going to roll again.
Hope it's for
Roll.
Brandon.
And he keeps going higher and higher. And it's just kind of like doing you know what grass looks like when a helicopter's taking off on top of it? How the wind makes it ripple outward. That's what's happening around the gazebo right now.
Oh boy.
And he's gonna roll again. And he goes higher. And yeah, I just realized that there's a roof over him. And now that roof is a little bit breezier than it was before. After the sound of splitting planks and splintering wood, you just see him taking off higher and higher into the air. And yeah, we're gonna roll that one more time.
Goodness.
And he's leveling off. He's just not getting any higher. No more. He's just up there. And Austin's just staring at that with just slack jawed. And did you know he could do that?
No, I'm going to transform and try and get him down.
That's not a
Hang
bad
on. He's
idea.
got to roll one more time.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's that's not quite. Nope. So yeah, he is starting to lose a little bit of momentum. His rotation is a little bit uneven, and yeah, he's not going up any higher, and he starts to swish in the air, and is about to perform a midair spin out.
Oh dear.
And we're going to see how much that's going to do to him. Adjust the modifier to this one, and that gets into and he basketballs his way back through the hole that he made, and he sticks the landing.
Wow.
And the goblins don't really have much of a reaction. Just gonna
Camilla gives like a big applause.
and
So
He
does Thea.
he looks back at the goblins. He kind of panics for a second. Then he's like, "Oh yeah!" And then he punches himself in the nose. And the goblins burst out, "Yes, yeah!"
You know, it's funny thing is,
And Austin just doesn't know. Words aren't forming from his lips, though they are trying. They are trying, but
Puts a hand on his shoulder.
I don't want to be the next. I don't think I want to win this competition. And so he steps back to give room for his challenger.
You got this,
And
Thea.
that's Thea.
well, hopefully, because nothing, that is actually a very hard move to beat.
And the
Camilla's,
goblins
like,
seem to have
trying
gotten
hard
something a little bit different out of it. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe to
step
them,
on
but
up.
it's still rather amazing.
Mhm.
And I actually looked straight at the giant goblin. Seriously, where on earth did you learn that? That was incredible. You could actually give Mary Poppins a run for her money.
Blah, 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 blah. And Austin's wondering, did you hear him say, "Aw shucks," or was it just me?
Aww.
Well, I was being honest.
Well,
That is definitely an
it's-
asset. Like that could be used as a very good asset to us in the future.
well, it's your move now, Malthea. Roll
that's
me an agility.
Yeah, here's hoping I can actually do semi well. Let's see, agility.
By the way,
is
do you
plus
have any
3.
experience in dance?
That's actually a good question. I mean,
I
performance
know
is
she's a
one
theater
thing.
person.
All right. So, go on ahead.
I mean, I would imagine she would know at least some basic dance moves, but
Go on ahead
all right.
and
Really
let us
looks like a
see.
double heel click.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
so that one of the goblins, well, there's a lot of splintered wood on the floor.
Oh dear.
and you may have slipped.
Ow.
And now, let's see. You'll have to roll for. What am I going to give it to? I'm going to give it to a another agility check.
All
Mhm.
right. Come on, come on, come on.
Better.
Somewhat better.
And you manage to catch yourself before slamming face first into the pavement.
Mm.
And it's like you got little bits of painful wood digging into your hands, but it's better than them digging into your head.
Mhm.
But it's still very painful and owie. And Crackly is asking, "Oh my goodness, are you all right?"
Should I power up and help her?
There's well, she's got to evaluate assess the damage for herself, really.
Mhm.
And while you're doing that, the goblins are just going crazy. Just like whistling and clapping and jumping around and smacking each other on the head. Yeah, all that
I
good stuff.
I think I see where their standard is. They definitely liked my performance, though. Regardless.
I'm starting to think they have no standards. I don't
Sounds
think.
about right.
Well, if they do, it's clearly something of an opposite standards.
Well, it's definitely not enough to do you any combat damage by mutants and mastermind standards.
Mhm.
It's just an owie.
Yes. But splinters still suck, and they can get infected, especially wooden ones and metal ones.
Luckily, you managed to avoid any of the jagged nails on the ground.
Hmm.
And so,
No
your
tetanus.
turn concludes.
You know, Kilvin is. I can now see in my head it all happening, but then, at least that's an exaggeration, she does that whole ow, ow, ow in a musical tone just to play it up.
And you know what? That gets you bonus points. So now, this one steps up,
Max.
and he starts his routine
Oh boy.
in a. It looks like a very graceful, almost ballet like opening stance.
It's like
Oh.
an arabesque or something.
Something like that. His heels are close together, his feet are at an
Oh,
angle, and
definitely not
his
then.
and his hands are drooped in front of him, but sort of cradled at the fingers.
So
He
kind of
takes
relative.
he takes a deep breath, raises his hands up to chest level,
I'm waiting for it too.
and then rolling the dice.
Lucky 13.
Oh my.
And the next thing that follows is a loud and then he steps back and everybody cheers.
I was waiting for that too.
Yeah, and Austin, if I'm picking out the sounds of their cheers right, that apparently counts as dancing, I guess. I don't understand these guys. And now, yoink. Max, it's time to roll for your destiny.
Oh no.
Oh
Roll
yeah.
agility. Also, how much experience in dance do you have?
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Very little.
Then roll with disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Yep.
Okay, once Peter decides to bring up the dice.
Bring up the
Come on.
dice. Bring up the dice. Bring
Bring
up
up
the
the
dice.
dice.
Bring up the dice. Bring
Bring
up
up
the
the
dice.
One of us. Evil beware. We have waffles.
D20 and come on. Gotta roll twice and agility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, that's not how. Okay. That's not how
No
I meant
worries. We'll just
It's-
take 2 plus 5 equals 7.
it. That would be 9 and 7. Yes, 9 and 7.
So we take the lower,
So 7.
7. Still higher than Amathia's initial score.
Yeah, but we all know
So-
how that went.
What is it that you're trying to do?
Honestly, that, probably just like that awkward, like, little, like, sway your hip shuffle kind of thing. Because Max cannot dance whatsoever.
And you know what? With a score of 7, you accomplish that dance perfectly.
Oh god.
So you're shuffling up there very awkwardly, trying to avoid the debris on the floor, while the goblins just kind of stare at you awkwardly.
This is very awkward.
One of them's picking his nose,
This is like my life.
and Psyche is behind you saying, "Yeah, you got this! You show them how that works! Yeah, woo! Yeah!"
Yeah, thanks, like, yeah, shut up.
Camilla's slightly laughing. Just like,
And Austin just sort of mutters, "Well, I guess that's bad by any standards."
Aww.
oh wait, I know.
Eh? You know? Ladies and gentlemen, we have some sound effects now. And so,
Oh my god.
You were just waiting for that, weren't you?
and so now that you're done with the last remaining, I'm going to put you over here actually. With the last remaining shards of what once was your dignity, the goblins just sort of stare at each other, kind of shrug. And then they stare at Austin expectantly.
Go.
Oh, great. I'm here. And this one goes up, right up into his face, puffs up his chest. And then this one actually like dances. Like staying alive disco dances with a spin, hand on his pelvis and his other arm out, just kind of shaking his hips. And if there was music playing, you know that it would be disco.
Yes.
It would be wait, that's disco, right? I always
Yes.
thought that
Yeah,
was
it
disco.
is.
I stay alive. Copyright free. Everybody gets to the goblin. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. And then he stares at the other goblins, and they stare back at him. And he grabs Austin's fist and punches himself in the face with it. And they all go out wild. And then he goes back to his place. And Austin just sort of he turns back to look at Camilla with a look that says, "Do I have to?"
yes, if we want to satisfy these goblins.
So, what he does is he lifts his hands, clasps them together, and then
What?
Doing hand fart noises.
Oh, good grief. This is what wins the contest, too, doesn't it?
they are watching, and then rather than cheering, rather than guffawing, rather than anything like they'd done before, they stare at each other. And they all put their hands together and try to make that same noise. And one of them makes a nice clean. And they all cheer. Yeah! And
Very good.
they just kind of, and that seems to conclude their things, except for the last one. He stands in front of the horse.
Oh no!
What is Caspian gonna do?
That's a good question.
And to begin this contest, what this guy does is he looks at the horse and then just blows a raspberry at it and runs away. And the others cheer.
The horse just kind of whinnies and then rolls on the ground for a bit. And then shakes off the dirt.
And
Making a big dust cloud.
ooh, dust cloud.
Ooh.
They like dust clouds. They look at the dust cloud and think, ooh, that looks fun. And so they start trying to make dust clouds of their own by stamping their feet and rolling around. And the big one tries to grab a couple of the little ones and like rolls them on the ground like rags.
Oh dear.
Oh.
And
Please
what
say
did
it
we
was-
just do?
I don't know. But Cassian just kind of walks back. He goes over and just nom nom nom.
I am. I feel myself losing my lifespan somehow from just participating in this.
It was actually rather fun.
All right. And now, quick montage to the next game.
Yes.
Doodly 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 doodly. This is cool poses. After a lot of difficult conversation,
Mm-hmm.
we have two judges, the big goblinoid and Max.
Oh no. Well,
No. They're the ones who are going to be judging all of you.
I know.
So now,
'Cause,
Step
like,
one.
Max was just so boring.
that was
goblins.
mean.
Goblin number one steps up,
Mhm.
and he steps up, and with a very flamboyant wave of his
Mhm.
right leg and both arms, he snaps himself into a soldier-style salute. But in doing so, he accidentally smacks himself in the eye and just sort of, recoils in pain, staggers back, and then falls over on the ground, writhing in pain.
Ooh.
And the big guy just sort of crosses his arms and goes,
Max gives a kind of just stares blankly and then starts to give a very slow clap.
What in the world?
She felt bad.
Okay. Next up is Camilla.
Mhm.
Time for cool pose.
Yes. Should I roll presence or?
Yep, that's the one.
Let's see. So my presence is 4. Roll. There we
Oh,
Ooh.
go.
okay. I
And she does basically like a Sailor Moon type pose.
whooshing.
Aw.
And yeah, secretly the giant goblinoid is a huge Sailor Moon fan, and he recognizes the pose and claps. Blah blah blah.
She bows and goes back to the horse.
Max is Max is suddenly realizing she might have crush feelings for me.
Oh no.
Oh, hi.
That
Oh dear.
that goblin just used the word usagi.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna take a step back.
Oh, it could be worse.
Thea, you take care of that.
All right then.
So Max
And then
Max
Goblin
developing
steps
feelings
up and starts
for
throwing a
Camilla.
fit because it's his turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oops.
And so he stops his tantrum cold with a deep breath, and then just sort of opens his mouth wide, stands on one leg, throws both of his arms up, and it looks like a still image of someone in a really angry rant.
What though? What?
He says that the pose speaks to him on a spiritual level.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
So Max has a crush on Camilla.
Oh dear.
And so now he's done. Now it's Thea's turn.
And once
Roll
again, I apologize
presence.
for that.
Oh, good.
Let's see. My presence is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jeez.
Not bad.
Okay. Tell me your pose.
Hmm.
That is a good question.
Yeah, very good question.
You could do like a quiet peace sign or something like that.
Don't overthink it. Heaven knows these goblins don't overthink anything.
Maybe she would do a brief twirl, and as she goes to do a landing, her arm is in a brief cross by her wrist, but as she turns, she has her wrist in a cross. But as she finishes that turns, they both go downwards, and she is gazing upwards like a ballerina.
Cute.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, he basically just said fancy. And that's it.
What?
Thank you.
All right.
Eminently, it was all I
And
could think of in a short time.
no, don't worry. You did it right. You're good.
Oh
Everybody
no, I was
clap.
actually saying it to them.
Aww. There we go. Next up, we have Goblinoid number 3. That was not an appropriate time to play that. Put you back and put out Goblinoid number 3. And so, he walks out. Honestly, he has less idea of what his pose is going to be than you had. And so he just sort of stands with a kind of, you know, slumped posture like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. He brings his pinky up to his nose and starts scratching the nostril a little bit. And starts picking his ear with his index finger. Uses a thumb from his other hand to like scratch at his teeth or something. He's done.
Mhm.
And the big gobbo looks at Max. "Brr." He asked, "Did something happen?"
Kind of mimic the big goblin's body language.
All right. Oh, great. It's my turn. Um. Okay. So he decides to take the first pose he can think of, and we've all seen. We all know the Ginyu Force, right?
Familiar enough.
I think.
I've heard it. I've heard of it. I was thinking of that or like a JoJo pose.
Yeah. So the Ginyu Force are famous for one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is posing
Yes.
like Sentai heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what he does is instead of just throwing in one pose, he kind of waffles on what he decides to do, but he starts off with a single pose with both arms to his side and standing on one leg. And he transitions to behind the back with one arm sticking out and his other arm bent toward his chest. And then he spins one more time and places his fingertips off to his side, spread out like wings on the floor as he kneels in front of the great panel of judges. And he decides on that one because he's too tired to come up with anything else. That's all I got. And roll. Then he falls over to his side because he lost his balance. Eh.
Camilla's gonna just kind of drag her brother away.
Still crap, because that was still impressive.
Indeed.
Yes.
Max has very low standards.
That's good to know, I guess. And the next goblin goes up. And this time, he puts his right fist into his left palm, bows before the judges, and raises his right leg behind his head.
Goodness.
And once it's there, he puts the palms of his hands together,
Mhm.
forms a rather ornate hand sign with his fingers, and then opens his eyes that are now glowing. Well, I suppose, how does something glow black? However that works, it's what you're seeing as his eyes transform into black voids.
Oh my.
Goodness.
And he sneezes and loses the entire thing and falls over. Brink.
Good effort.
uh, what? Are you serious?
What did he say?
Apparently if he had succeeded at that, he would have turned into an Oni.
Oh boy.
Oh, goodness. Wait, is that how Onis are made?
I
That's
don't
probably
know.
one way. get the feeling there are multiple ways.
I don't I don't trust anything they say. I don't know what left is right or up is down or anything with these guys. I don't know. How many Oni do you know?
Only the one really personally.
What about unpersonally?
There's also Justin. He's kind of turned into
Justin is an Oni?
he recently has gone down a not so great path from kind of doing a lot of not so great things.
Austin gingerly steps past you and
Uh-oh.
takes a seat on the bench. I need a moment. Oh, he buries his head in his hands. Oh, as if I didn't need more reasons not to want to see that guy again. Anyway,
Be
the
better.
goblins all assemble once again to set up the next game, the final game. What's that?
What about the horse?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I keep skipping people's turns like a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Caspian
horse.
very
Oh.
gracefully trots out.
Oh.
He does a little bow, and then he jumps up into like one of those stances where he's got his forelegs up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold on, I had the GIF.
I always pronounced it GIF.
I go back and forth, but I tend to lean more towards GIF.
GIF is peanut butter.
Yeah, I have to agree. Jif is
There,
peanut butter.
I win.
I know
And
the
so-
creator calls it GIF, but it stands for graphic, right? Like,
Well,
doesn't it
scuba.
stand?
There's also like scuba and laser, and they don't exactly use the same.
I
That's
guess.
fascinating.
Sorry, got distracted.
And so, the horse performs this, and the big one is all a clapping. It's like, yeah, oh, that's good to know, I guess.
What?
You don't need to know.
Tell me.
You know, I gotta admit, both the real me and Thea are wondering if Caspian isn't perhaps sentient in a different way. Because how the
Look
heck
at
would he
that.
have known to do that?
Don't ask questions.
Well, don't worry, I'm not actually asking them out loud. Because, again, this is just.
Rule of cool, okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, though, that as the player and the character, I'm thinking / wondering how the heck is Caspian knowing when to do these things?
Anyway, he very carefully whispers into Camilla's ear, saying, he said he's glad they didn't eat that one.
I should have figured.
Anyway, time for the third and final game.
Yes.
Alrighty. Come on, where is it? Where is it?
You know what's funny about you skipping people's turns? That it always seems to pertain to me somehow.
Well, what can I say? The dice already want you to be the main character.
No, I'm talking about you skipping my turns, though.
That doesn't counter what I said. Oh wait, no. Here's what I'm looking for. Come on. Load. Here we go. Ooh.
Yeah, speaking of main characters, that one moment during the ball. Oh my gosh.
That was a good one. that honestly couldn't have worked out any better. Okay.
And I wish we had gotten it on stream because that was freaking awesome.
Who says we're not streaming now?
All right. And
Uh,
so there's a table.
mhm. They are under it.
Unfortunately, yes, because that's just how this stupid thing works out. And there is a tea set on this table.
Oh no. Camilla's getting flashbacks.
Ah, here's the table I was actually looking for.
Oh, there.
There we go. Mhm.
Camilla's like,
That's right. It's the return of the dreaded Tea Party of Doom!
it's training all over again.
Yep.
Like it.
And now, because I've trained you all to love tea parties so much, it is time to engage in another. I don't know how to layer these things so that you can go on top of it.
Well, at least tea is tasty.
All right. So, when that happens, we're getting background sound from Wingside.
Yeah, Mikey is playing piano.
Yep.
Nothing we can really do about that.
Okay.
Sorry.
As long as it's not copyrighted and such.
I doubt this particular melody would cause a copyright.
And yeah.
Unless he
Every-
somehow accidentally started playing chopsticks.
Chopsticks is public domain, though, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
If it's not, it should be. Anyway, everybody
Like
is at the table.
I mean,
And yeah, this is it's pretty much just a tea party. And everybody roll d20s. No modifiers.
and stumbled at the finish line.
Oh no. Anybody else?
Like,
There we go. Oh, ooh. Oh boy.
Don't have to add anything to the roll, right?
Nope. Just
Alright.
d20s.
Oh.
Oh. Pff.
oh, thank God!
So, Camilla, you take you take your first whiff of the tea that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you wanted to give this thing the benefit of the doubt, the aroma that reaches your nose is just dirt. Your cup is full of mud,
Yep.
just watery mud, and yeah, with Austin, Max and Austin's cup at least have like food like foreign objects in them. Like Austin has a nut in it, like a small acorn,
Acorns
and
are actually poisonous.
and Max's has like a dandelion in it. Those are edible.
Mm-hmm.
Dandelion garnish. And
Well,
yeah,
I like dandelion greens, so they're pretty tasty.
Yay! I've had dandelion tea before. It's actually pretty good.
and Thea, you have a nice Earl Grey. It's a little bit on the bitter side as it was
Oversteeped.
overheated a little bit, but otherwise it's actually quite nice.
Mm-hmm. tannins.
Meanwhile, they're. I don't know if they actually want us to take a sip of this stuff. They keep peeking out from under the table. We can't. At least gotta pretend, right?
Yeah. She's gonna do a fake sip.
And
Just enough
roll
so that
me,
way it gets on her mouth.
roll me presence.
Oh dear.
Mhm. Let's see, my presence ease 4. So yeah.
Mm. Okay, you get like a tiny dirt mustache
Mm-hmm.
as you do it, and one of them kind of pokes out from under the table, leans in close, squinting his eye at you,
Mm-hmm.
looking up. You tasting it?
She just kind of gently runs her tongue along her lips.
Then he snatches the cup from your hand and downs the whole thing, and jumps back under the table.
Okay.
To each his own, I
And
suppose.
similar things happen to everybody else, including Thea.
Ah!
Oh wait, we're not gonna roll for presents?
No,
I was trying
no.
to fake. I was trying to fake drink it, so that's why.
Ah.
The others then started before anyone else could do
Mhm.
anything. And so that happened. But fortunately, the goblinoids seem to be rather satisfied at the moment, except for the big guy. He wanted tea.
Aww.
Mm. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Ooh.
Anytime.
That's actually a pretty appropriate answer. Anyway, I think they're nice and relaxed enough to where you could probably talk them into leaving me alone. And
Hey guys, how about you come with us? Camilla's
yeah,
gonna get back on the horse.
okay, back on the horse you go then.
Mm-hmm.
They all discuss with each other.
We've known each other for a long time. You guys can come. You guys can trust us.
And they all throw their fists in the air. Um, that means yes.
I
All right.
assumed so.
Also, Austin looks at the table and asks, "Anybody catch where this thing came from?"
No, don't care.
That's not the question, especially when it concerns magic. It doesn't always have logic, which...
Okay, I'm just gonna take the next bus back to where I'm supposed to be now. So, bye.
Bye. And good luck up your next competition. It's coming up in a week.
I know. You don't have to remind me. And so he runs off as fast as he can before anybody notices he's gone. And now
Win every time.
you all have an entourage of goblinoids.
Like you do.
Like you fricka-frackin' do.
Yeah, but now we got a problem.
The
We don't
Scooby-Doo's
understand it.
lesser known cousin.
Yeah, nobody understands him.
I don't understand you. I don't understand you. I just don't understand you. I don't understand you. I don't understand the things you say. I can't understand a single word. I don't understand you.
Oh no, we're gonna wait here until you finish.
I'm done.
You done?
Yes.
That's good to hear. Anyhoozle. Now then, what is Spritzia kind of whispers into your ear, okay? We've got him away from your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Now what?
Now we let them help us with RIN.
If they so wish it.
And so they stand around after their initial exuberance and enthusiasm starts to dissipate. One of them starts itching himself and he's got some nose picking going on again.
Hey, he wants to go to the beach.
Ooh! And they say beach, and then they realize, initially they're excited, but then they start to fidget and kind of recoil into themselves again.
Oh, I should have figured.
Well, after at least how we met them, even I couldn't blame them for being afraid.
Well, they know it's there.
True.
Or more accurately, who's there? Says Spritzia.
Right. I should take the lead.
Yeah, although we should also figure out a way to break the language barrier as well.
Yeah, well, Austin really doesn't want to do it. And I think at this point, I can interpret most of it well enough.
And one of them responds to language barrier and starts rushing at Amafia with his mouth wide open.
Ah!
So, Thea,
Um,
roll fight.
the killer is. I want to say that even if whether I succeed or not, I just boop him on the nose to get him to stop real briefly.
And roll it.
You gotta be kidding me!
Bah! So he jumps up and, yeah, you kind of finger meets nose, but teeth does not meet finger. And so, with the power of your boop, you repel him to the far side of the gazebo. Because that's just how Majorette do when they, well, when they do things.
Right.
Oh goodness! Don't startle me like that. I take it you. Ugh. Are you alright?
I'm going to willingly approach one of them and be like, I offer my arm.
Okay. And so that one looks at you, looks at arm, opens wide, has a moment of taking aim,
Ah!
and then just kind of lets it go. And look at that, you got teeth marks and owies all over you now. Well, on that spot that he bit specifically. And the others start to cheer. Yeah! Yeah! You got it! You can understand words. Yeah, our own comprehension. Yeah, you hear words now, but it's just a bunch of garbled nonsense at this point.
Okay.
Are you
solves
okay?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Spritzia is very clearly not happy about you letting people chomp onto your flesh.
I can understand them now.
Okay. Yeah. Big one kind of meanders up behind you. I'm gonna get rid of this thing because it's annoying. Mm. Look down. You alright, Toots?
Yeah.
That's good. Now, we're gonna go to the beach, yeah? We'll have a good time, but might not be the best thing to do right now on account of our boss Rin. Yeah, he's holed up in that cave where them Oni used to be. He been sucking down misery like nothing, and he's just wailing on everybody.
Oh God. I need to stop this.
What's wrong?
I need to stop Rin. He's making a terrible mistake.
Oh,
Oh no.
yeah, you do that because you're majorettes, but you, don't hurt him. He's still our friend, even if he's
Oh.
scary.
He's my friend too. He's very important to me.
Yeah, if he kicks it, we got nobody to boss us around no more, and we won't know what to do.
I mean, we could nicely boss you around, but that
Mm,
defeats the point. But that's
You
besides
mean
the
it?
point. Yes,
Uh,
but also I don't want to. I just as much don't want to remove Rin from the picture if at all possible.
oh, you're the best. You're the best little majorette little thingy, whatever you are that anybody could ever ask for.
Aw.
You guys don't understand any of this. You're just hearing. "Rah, rah, 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 rah,
Pretty much, yeah.
rah, rah."
Oh no, this is player mate going aw.
And yeah, okay. We uh, we can stay here till you done.
Okay.
Okay. We be good. We know we humans don't like us. 'Cause, we kinda tend to like eat stuff we shouldn't, pee in places we shouldn't, sing songs that we shouldn't, and possibly other stuff that we shouldn't. But we we just don't know what to do.
There, there.
And they all start to bawl.
Good.
They're very misunderstood.
Can I go to these two here to comfort them?
Yeah, go on ahead.
I go and comfort them. They're
And
there.
so they just hug onto you and just rub their eyes and snot all over you.
But yes, you can absolutely stay here.
Yeah, thank you. We just want to have our boss back.
Me too. And with
Alrighty.
that, we do need to make our leave, though.
Okay.
And then maybe sometime we can go to the beach and actually have a nice time.
Oh, I like beach. Beach has a lot of water that tastes funny.
I like the beach for other reasons.
And then Psychia speaks up and whispers into Max's ear. Hey, once we're out of earshot, don't forget the thing that we need to tell them.
uh,
You
Camilla's
can't hear.
heart
This is
kind of
whispered to her.
sinks. Ah,
This is whispered.
ah.
That, oh, oh yeah. Okay. Max might have almost forgot.
Yes.
Well, after having so
Fly-
much fun.
I was worried
Fly
about
almost-
that.
I almost forgot too.
It is important. That is why I have these little NPC guides.
Mm-hmm.
Now then,
Sometimes it is nice to kind of let things happen organically, because then really wild stuff can happen.
yeah.
True.
But
Right,
also,
little brother.
it's nice to have a little failsafe.
Yes.
So, you all make your way away from the gazebo,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only usable battle map I had ready tonight.
Yep.
So,
I have a beach painting if we want to use that
Ooh.
on my DeviantArt. Let me just pull it up.
so you finally make your way away from the gazebo, And the goblinoids just sort of start playing with each other
Mm-hmm.
in their own weird goblinoid way.
Right.
And Max, since we're on the subject,
Oh, today was Donut Day and I completely forgot about it. Oh well.
fascinating.
I'm sorry, I should have reminded you.
I saw like a sign at Wegmans too yesterday. I'm just like, oh.
In any case, Max,
Yeah. Max just kind of pulls the picture out of her pocket and just kind of awkwardly shuffles over to Camilla and Thea
What's this?
and just kind of pushes the picture in Camilla's hands.
so
Hey Max, why do you have a picture of Daru?
She's just so, well, it was a self-defense definitely. It was just self-defense. I'm sorry.
Against what? What did she do?
and Psyche steps up. She tried to murder her.
What?
I think she went crazy.
Why and how?
Oh,
She
okay.
just while she was still in bed, she just sort of like lurched up and tried to rip her apart and burn her and do all that dragon stuff that she does for no reason. And so then she had to trap her inside that photograph, and she's been there ever since, and we haven't known what to do.
Okay, breathe.
Yeah, it's
We'll work
gonna
on
die
it.
off.
Wait a minute. Was she basically acting the way as though she were possessed?
Yeah, I'll stay.
Yes.
Thea's
That's-
eyes widen at a possible realization. Oh dear. I should have realized this one.
What's going on?
Um,
I'm completely out of the loop.
You remember when I asked Rin that strange question about his majesty or himself getting checked over for any anomaly?
Yeah, you were not very clear about that.
Let me put it this way. Patrick may have left a little gift for us in his
her
former host.
heart, you can see her entire posture sink.
Yeah, believe me, I wish this isn't the case, but unfortunately, it's a big possibility because Logan had one of those things in him earlier before I had to meet up with you all.
I thought we took care of him.
Him, yes, but that doesn't mean he didn't leave backup plans, at least from the looks of it.
I see.
And if what we're hearing is right, there's a chance that Daru has the same thing in her.
Well, one problem at a time. We're gonna have to keep Daru in there for a little bit longer. We have to deal with Ren first.
Yeah, but that's what I'm also worried about. Because Rin had one of those things in him too at one point.
Right. She's gonna basically start racing to the beach now. Also, I've got my thing sent.
Do you still have the photo?
Yes, I'm going to hand it back to Max.
Okay.
Keep this somewhere safe.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
I follow Camilla.
Wait,
But yeah,
oh, for goodness sakes.
and she's
I'd
on the
go
horse
after
right
them.
now.
Yeah, I tried to go after them.
Also, DM beach.
Mm-hmm.
Beach.
Beach. I'm working on it.
It's a very nice beach.
It is a nice beach.
Okay, yeah. You have your beach,
Mhm.
and yeah. That is a beach.
Yes, I was sending that as like a little stand-in thing for now.
Okay, hang on.
That's why I was just like, "Hey, DM, do something."
Excuse me. The next thing I was about to do was say, this seems like a good time for a 10-minute break
All right.
as we transition to new scenes and new objectives.
All right.
Alrighty.
Bum 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 bum. We're all just singing chopsticks now. The song every piano store worker hates. That and for Elise.
I like Fleur de Lis.
For
Oh,
Elise.
For Elise. Oh.
Yes. Because of the fact that those are the most overplayed songs on piano. That and also Moonlight Sonata is another big one. If you're at a guitar store, Master of Puppets. Oh my god. People freaking like Master of Puppets is a great song, but if you work at a guitar store, it's like, oh my god, everyone and their brother.
Smoke on the Water.
Oh yeah, that one too, definitely. That wah wah wah. That riff is definitely one of those ones that people would definitely be playing a lot.
I think it's mathematically the easiest riff to play
Yeah,
of any that
probably.
exist.
Very likely.
Go.
God,
How
I am
much is-
so tempted to have a chocolate milk, but I also know that's a really bad. Oh, I've got I've got some kombucha. That's the kefir. That would have also been a bad idea, because that is basically yogurt. Yeah, I'm gonna have one of
Kombucha just seems like a bad idea in principle.
I actually quite like
Let's see.
kombucha if it's the right flavors. But yeah, I've got my mint lemonade kombucha. Mm. Oh, that's yummy. Yeah, straight up plain kombucha on its own is bad. And there are definitely certain flavors that don't work as well. And I'm still very, very sad that they no longer have the, I think it was pineapple cayenne, or it was like mango cayenne or something like that. It was so good.
Cayenne.
Yes, cayenne, like the pepper.
Why though? Why
It's
is that in a
good.
beverage?
It actually really complements the flavors really well. And they no longer make it. I'm so sad.
Oh,
Aw.
jeez, probably because it didn't sell because it was cayenne in drinking form.
It was cayenne kombucha.
Kombucha was its first mistake.
Pineapple cayenne kombucha.
Alright, let's see here's.
Which is a really good combo.
Not gonna be a lot of walking space on this particular beach.
Well, it's also supposed to be like a background, but. So we have a little bit more to give our theater of mind going forward.
Oh, excuse me. Is that good enough for you?
Woo, there we go. It's actually kind of nice.
Art by yours truly.
Indeed.
Way better than I could do.
Aw, don't sell yourself short.
Hey, I'll admit I
Honestly-
have my strengths in certain aspects of art, but you have the background down.
Honestly,
Practically
I've
full
never made a serious attempt at capturing these sorts of waves, but if I were to try it, I think I think this would still be better than my initial attempt.
This was my initial attempt.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'm going to step away for a moment.
You do that.
Don't look at my GM notes and leave my screen alone.
Okay. Does the exact opposite.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Because that's totally possible.
Oh, good grief! I got a phone call. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, folks. I will be right back.
Yep.
Hello.
Would you please?
So far,
would
so
you
good.
please? Would you?
So he's still
Would you
trying to act
please?
involved,
Would
but
you
at least he's doing it with a
please?
smile.
Would you please clap your hands?
Yeah, well,
Apologies.
he ate all of his dinner, and I made sure that there were two dumplings. Yep. Yep, and it's actually enough, at least I think, for one. Actually, I could probably use what's left and that I'll figure it out because I'm thinking out loud about adding some of that Chinese rice to some of the leftover stuff I made for lunch and have that in my lunch tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty. Let me do that. As for you, I keep telling you no. I go for the
Day, tonight. Do I have like a random piece of foam anywhere?
I've returned. Anybody?
I was actually just about to walk away to use the bathroom.
No. Fine.
I know a lot of people have actually stepped away. I know Wing actually also had to step away to take care of the phone.
Alright, go ahead. Take care of it then. Eh? Well, your timing's amazing because everybody else has stepped away for a bathroom break. It's, yeah.
And I'm back. Hello?
Yeah, no, there you are.
Oh.
Yeah. Everybody decided to step away 7 minutes into the 10-minute break.
Oh, good grief. Figures when I just got back.
And so, we are sit here in awkward silence
Hi.
until the game. Oh, there she is.
Welcome back.
I just got back. Just as you were saying that.
Figures.
To sit in awkward silence, an dull dark duck. Something like that.
Dull dark duck? A duck, you say? Oh, it just did like a explosion. It did an explosion.
It did an explosion.
Oops.
Yeah, I clicked it and I clicked it again and it did a sparkle.
Hmm.
I wonder if I met like some sort of criteria or something. Oh.
Hmm.
Anyway, let us resume the
Yes.
game. And so, the three of you and your fairy compadres make it to the beach, where so much messed up stuff has already happened. And as you arrive, you notice a strange aroma, kind of floral, fruity, but also a little bit putrid and kind of halitosis-like as well.
I'm sure I'm familiar with that scent.
And as you make your way along the beach line, you eventually hear a kind of muttering. The muttering appears to be emanating from behind a rock formation, one of the ones that are close to the Oni Cave, or shall I say, former Oni Cave.
Oh my. Yeah, Camilla's gonna inspect the area.
As you draw closer, the scent grows stronger and stronger. And when you pass the stone, you see him, all disheveled, his hair matted, and his
Who is it?
it is Rin. He's covered in filth and smelling awful, but not just that. He turns to look at you, and you notice a segmented eye.
Oh god. Rin,
What do you want now?
I want to help you.
You want to help me? He raises an ornate ceramic flask. Get more of this. He throws it onto the sand, where it lands with a noiseless thud.
Rin,
Well.
this isn't right.
How do you know? Oh, what's right? I drink the misery. I'm still me. I'm still me, I tell you. He grabs his side. I'm still me. I was forgetting what I was upset about all. Till you came. Now I remember. He rolls over onto his side in a vain attempt to try to create distance between you two.
Wait, is he basically drunk?
Oh, yeah, absolutely plastered.
Camilla's going to dismount and transform. Sequence, blah blah blah. There's a point where even people who like transformation sequences kind of get a little annoyed. I have reached that point.
And so, your transformation sequence complete. Rin appears either unimpressed or unaware that you did that.
She's going to wrap him up in a healing wave kind of deal.
Good idea.
Oof. He tries to swat it away impotently, but his arms are basically wet noodles at this point. Ugh.
Move on, Rin.
I'm still me. I'm still me.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Get her away. Get her
No.
away.
You're hurting way too many people. You're hurting people you love or that care about you.
Get her away from me. Get it out of my head.
And it clicks.
I hate it when I'm right.
As the
Rin,
waters start to take effect, he
this isn't
crawls
you.
to his hands and knees. Stop it. Stop it. You're helping it. Stop it now.
I immediately stop.
It's clawing at the inside of my skull.
What do I do?
The misery kept it at bay. I could still be me. Then he falls over again. How? Wait.
What?
Britzia mutters something. Thea, she's got to know what to do. She said Logan had this.
Right. Thea!
Have we arrived yet?
Yeah.
You kind of chopped off for a minute.
Have we arrived yet?
Have yet is what we heard.
Have we arrived yet at this point?
I'm sure you guys are there. I
Yes.
just kind of got a little bit closer.
Yes, you
Okay.
are all there,
We all arrived together. It was just
particularly within shouting distance.
yeah.
Okay. Then I book
Max
it.
is tuckered.
You know what? Because, heck with it. I'm just transforming just in case.
Alright, so Crackly a Stormlight transformation sequence. You're a magical girl. Now, intervene.
Mhm.
How far is he?
I don't know. You said you helped Logan.
Yeah, well, I basically had to shock him as I was kissing him.
What are you
She looks
muttering
over
about
at
over there?
You know what?
Rin.
Well, granted, that was just to stun him, so we're definitely gonna have to at least hold him down and basically look for a lump that's moving on its own.
Right. She inspects him.
And when he does, he tries to push her away, but he's at like less than a quarter strength right now.
Might actually be to our favor at this point.
What are you doing? Oh.
I'm trying to find the menace that's inside of you.
I'm helping.
I've got a menace right now. Yeah, he's about to hurl.
Back. She jumps back.
And he rolls over, and yeah, you know that lump you were looking for?
Yeah.
He hurls it, doesn't he?
And it's about 3.5 feet long. He
Feet.
Well,
does.
well,
And,
that's.
you know, it's about 14 inches wide by the
Oh
time it
boy.
all comes out.
You know what?
Can
I'm not even gonna
Max
argue with that one.
immediately stomp on it?
So Camilla's going to basically wrap it up in water, and she's gonna ask Thea to shock the water.
Oh, with
Okay, so that's
pleasure.
one stomp, and that's one wrap around, and
You're gonna try and Max. You're gonna try and stomp on this Titanabella-sized fucking thing.
Max is very impulsive, and that was her first thought.
alrighty. So Max, roll me a fight.
Oh goodness. Okay. She's like, oh shit, I gotta get rid of this. What do I do? That sounds good. Oh god, my fight is horrible.
It's like the size of a boa constrictor.
We have established this. That's not
Yeah, sounds
horrible.
about right.
Okay. It's
not the
not
worst thing going.
terrible. You did not manage to get your foot caught in it.
Okay.
You did crunch its exoskeleton,
Ooh,
and your foot is now covered in delicious bug juices.
Illy?
Well,
But
Fine.
you are capable of pulling your foot out without much difficulty.
I will.
And you also did not split the creature into two pieces either.
Thank God.
No, that's fine.
Camilla just gives her a look. She's just like, "Why did you think that would work?"
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
Anyhow,
Alrighty.
so
And
yes.
now, so you caught it in water. It's received a little bit of damage that way, so it's kind of moot to roll for that point.
Yeah.
So you catch it without necessarily wasting time with rolling. Thea, you on the other hand, give me a roll for the
Fighting?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I had a
Mhm.
feeling. Ooh.
Nice.
Huh.
You know what?
I was gonna have you.
Hmm?
I would have had you. This is normally the part where you would have added your proficiency to your weapon type, but I don't think that's quite necessary at this point.
Yeah, well, at this point, I'm also probably just that focused on getting rid of this thing before it can latch on to Rin again.
Right.
So, in goes the arrow, conducted by the ionized water in which it is trapped, and after a bright, blinding flash, the entire creature explodes in a hot, steamy, foamy, sticky, crackly mess.
Well then.
And Rin just kind of looks up smugly at the bug bits that are everywhere, gives a dry chuckle, says, knew even you were too weak for that much misery.
Rin. She runs over to him.
You'll be glad to know. I found this remaining stash of it. There's no more misery left.
What does that mean for you?
I'll be fine, but I'm just gonna have to lie here for a while and hate everything until I get better.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I start trying to at least carry him by as the like one arm over my shoulder. We're taking you back to your friends.
What do you think you're doing? Put me down.
I think it might be best if I just stay with him. If Spritz and I just stay with him for a bit.
Can we at least make sure he's not near the ocean and risk him suddenly being cast out into sea?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a realistic thing at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna just bring him back inside the cave.
I didn't need your help, you know.
Sure.
That thing. I was poisoning that thing more than it was poisoning me. It was gonna come out on its own.
You still could have told us.
I said I didn't need your help.
You need to really do something about that pride of yours.
My pride. My pride is what keeps me going. What lets you get out of bed every morning, I can't imagine.
It's a lot of things. Passion, love, my friends.
Love. I guess that's all I'm stuck with now that I can't be whole.
You act like that's a bad thing.
And what? Being this half-bred mongrel's a good thing?
I know a thing or two about that.
None of this means anything to you. Majorettes are powerful, and I'm not.
Yes, you are. We're pretty much evenly matched.
Right, and that's why I've never won a single fight against you.
You've definitely almost had me.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm not gonna be Oberon's breeding stud.
I don't like it any more than you do.
He looks over at the other two majorettes. Got something to say?
She looks back at them too. Kind of more on a pleading or like sympathetic kind of look on her face.
Cracklia whispers to Amafia.
Kind of
In
wistful.
all honesty, I don't really know what there is to say.
Well, either way, when you at least feel ready, I can at least promise you that your goblin friends are actually waiting for you. They've been rather worried about you.
They have. She kind of also shows him the bite.
What?
It was only the
You could
face
hear their
behind
inane ramblings.
Yeah. It was the only way I could really. They also bit my brother. I don't think he was nearly as willing, though.
You have a brother?
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
I'm sorry.
Brothers suck. I thought these Oni were my brothers, but they left me here. So now that I can't be one of them, I'm stuck here.
Honestly, it sounds like they were never your brothers. Because brothers never abandon you.
Even at the worst of times, or in the best case scenario, usually. We fight, but we always care for each other still.
What am I gonna do with you?
Hmm, we'll figure that out as we go. Anyhow, how far into the cave are we now?
You are about 20 feet from the entrance, not just far enough to be proper shelter.
We can take it from here.
I believe that was addressed to the other Majorettes.
Yeah.
Is that?
So yeah, she's sending the other majorettes away.
Oh, okay.
I give a nod. Well,
Next off, they shuffles off.
well,
Okay.
well, we should at least let the goblins know that you're all right. Maybe I should at least apologize to the one I booped in the news.
Pooped in the noon. What? Never mind.
Basically after I said language barrier, one of them decided to try to give me the bite to understand
Oh
it,
my
but
goodness, I don't care.
The long story short, she ended up sending one of them flying.
not on purpose.
And another one actually sent their own self flying. It was kind of amazing.
This is a big deal. I do that all the time. They can take it.
But one actually, like, basically windmilled themselves up into the air. It was nothing like I've ever seen before.
Yeah, he does that sometimes. No one really knows why. Or how.
I still think it was quite impressive.
You would.
But yes, I believe we can handle the rest on our own. Thank you, girls.
Very well. We'll meet you at the gazebo.
Yes. But tonight I will be staying with Mr. Grumpy Pants.
Don't patronize me.
Don't act like a baby.
Well, stay safe.
I'll certainly do what I can.
Alrighty.
I know I just split the party again, but I
That
kind of needed
happens.
privacy with.
This game always has a party split of one type or another.
Yeah. It's just kind of how it's designed. We will sort that out in the next season because of discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I am trying to run a one set next week. So that way I can get a little bit of, experience in.
Alrighty. So, to continue a trend, Thea, you have a new message on your phone.
Hopefully it's a good
Oh
message.
boy.
And I take a look.
And it is from Logan.
Oh boy.
It's asking, when are you coming back? Because he's willing to talk.
That doesn't sound right. Although then again, after our last chat, how do I reply to this one?
Okay.
Not like that.
That's not even remotely helpful or answering of the question.
That's the point.
I'll
You're bad at answering messages.
wait.
Yes,
Either
I
way,
know.
I'll text back hopefully very soon. Found missing goblins and managed to save Rin from Patrick problem.
And you receive another message starting with an ellipses
Of course.
and says, "Why doesn't this surprise me?"
I text back. I'm surprised this hasn't surprised me.
All right, fine. Let Percy know when you're back.
Wait, Percy?
Yes, he's willing to talk about how the majors work.
Oh,
Who's?
oh, that Percy.
Hmm. All right. Another scorned ex. But a
I
little
wouldn't
bit
even
less.
call him an ex. More like,
Just scorned.
yeah.
And also
So,
a lot less volatile than some people.
so after reading that text of Patrick wanting to talk, dot dot dot, then text back, "You're lucky you're cute."
And responds with, "And I take full advantage."
Send back a kissy face.
Of course. You're just lucky that Rin isn't picking up on any of this, because his commentary would be quite, it'd probably involve more vomiting, but still.
Probably.
Camilla would be like, "Oh, just fuck already!"
Language! I'm trying to keep my stream at least PG!
Sorry. I try and keep it to a minimum.
Yeah, which
Until
is why
you
I'm
scream
slightly
it from
maybe-
the top of your lungs.
Still, seriously, trying to keep it at least slightly PG.
Well, those would also be the exact words she would use.
Anyway,
Unfortunately.
that has been established. And Max, roll me roll me a will check, which for you will be 4.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Yeah. Daru's photo is burning a hole in your pocket.
Oh
Figuratively
no.
speaking, of course.
Am I next
Oh,
to them?
figurative. Figurative.
Figuratively speaking.
Figurative.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, your mind is swimming around with thoughts of that dragon trying to murder you and currently following you in your pocket everywhere you go.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
You need to find like a fireproof safe.
Huh?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Psychia?
Yeah?
Do you fireproof safes around here?
I'm sorry, what?
You know where we could find a fireproof safe?
A fireproof safe? What for?
For this photo, so it doesn't like burst into flames because Daru is hot-headed.
Oh, good
And
grief.
also hot.
Is this something that can happen?
I don't know, but maybe.
Well,
Yeah, look at just me.
let's take a look at it, huh?
It feels pretty hot in here right now. Max pulls the photo out of her pocket.
Daru's pose has noticeably changed.
Oh shit.
Oh
Now
boy.
she's just glaring at the viewer.
Oh shit.
That's freaky.
Oh my.
Oh, that's not the pose she was in before.
No, it was not. Hopefully she doesn't figure out how to escape. If that's even possible.
Hey, what's
I
that
have no
little
idea if
black
this works.
spot right there?
Oh
What?
shit.
Ah, cried.
What? What?
You notice a little black spot on the photo doesn't look that doesn't correspond to an object that was there. It looks like a small burn spot.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hopefully, if it burns up, she doesn't die and just she escapes. Optimism. I mean, that's kind of a dark optimism right there, though. But
Well, if she does escape,
yeah, like
she's
I
going
might
to
be
try to
dead.
kill you again.
Like, but like, I might be dead, but at least Daru won't be dead.
Mm.
I don't want you dead.
You better not want Daru dead.
Uh, okay.
I feel like we need a fireproof safe.
Oh, yeah, Max, I don't wanna panic you, scare you or anything, but I think that spot's getting bigger.
Ah!
Shit.
Like,
Am I
I-
near?
you are close enough to hear that they are having a weird discussion, but not what the discussion is.
Max, is everything
I
all right?
I need water, Camilla. Is she there?
No, you
Camilla
guys
is
are
no
you
longer
guys
in earshot.
left.
She sent us away. She sent us away. I forgot.
Yes.
Oh, but
I'm
what's
gonna
going on?
desperately try to wave the photo to get it to stop burning.
That's
And-
going to make it worse.
Okay, I grab her hand and basically say, "What is going on?"
The photo's burning.
I look at the photo, raise my eyebrow, then gently pluck it out of her hand and basically put it gently on the ground and put sand over it to smother the fire.
Oh, I forgot we're on the beach.
Yes.
This
We
is
got
why
They're
a
good.
lot of things.
Tia's the smart one.
It helps that she's also grown up in an orphanage full of kids, so she knows how to mostly handle them.
Mostly.
Does that help, GM?
Max,
Does that help, GM?
I want you to roll will again.
Oh, God.
I know where this is going, but I'm still going to laugh. Because it helps block out the pain.
Okay. You're
thank
calmer
God.
now. You're calmer now.
Mhm.
But it's impossible to tell if the sand is actually helping because it is no longer visible to the naked eye. Because sand.
Well, I'll try brushing it a little bit off to check on.
And when you brush it off, make me another will save.
Oh boy.
Well, not a will save, but a will check.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Very
So
nice.
you don't necessarily
Really?
thank you for that. You don't necessarily you know, lose anything at the moment, but you see Daru's pose has changed again, and this
Okay.
time her face is much closer to the frame,
Oh, for goodness
and
sakes.
that black spot,
It's
it's-
bigger.
it's almost twice as big as it was before.
What if I kissed Daru in the picture? What if that makes things better? True love
would-
song.
That would not say anything.
True
You
love
can try it.
song.
Oh no, the infamous "you can certainly try."
Oh God.
That means no. That means you are going to fuck up. Oh, sorry. That one was more. That was
Max is impulsive. Max tries it.
And so, as soon as your mouth touches the Polaroid, you smell something burning, no? Smell of fiery brimstone surrounds you. And I want you to roll awareness. You're getting a lot of rolls today.
What was my awareness again?
You gotta admit, it's an improvement from our last few sessions.
his probably weak sauce.
Oh,
awareness.
yep.
Dang, nat 20.
Natural 20. So you open your eyes.
How stupid I am.
And you watch as the Polaroid actually bursts into flames, and you still manage to keep your presence of mind as the flames erupt to the size of a living person, and you find yourself lip locked with a dragon woman.
Oh boy.
That's hot.
Who wraps her arms around you
Mm-hmm.
and squeezes you tightly against herself.
Mm.
Her soft lips pressed harder and harder against yours.
Harder, Daddy.
Oh my god!
What the hey?
And well, you know what happens to toothpicks when too much pressure is applied?
Yeah, Max is quite small. This is not good.
Roll me stamina at this point, and I'm letting you have the full score.
What's my stamina? 6. Oh my god, no, stop. Thank you. Rolling the dice.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
You're really on a roll
All
here.
right.
No pun intended.
What the heck?
So, yeah. Now I just have a question to ask you.
Mm.
Is Max enjoying this?
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Maybe a little bit?
Roll me a will save.
Oh god.
Holy crap, this is completely over the top.
I'll say.
I'm sorry I made an intensely bisexual character. Oh god.
Vibe,
Oh
which is not
no.
Come
nearly as
on.
chaotic.
A nat 1.
Why?
Oh no.
So your eyes roll back into your head,
Oh no.
and all that was just to say,
Mm-hmm.
you lose initiative.
Oh boy.
Crud.
Oh no.
And all that was just to say you get surprise attacked.
Oh no.
And now, let's see. It is time to roll one more thing. Oh, wait, no. That's rather moot. Because you can't even transform right now on account of that natural 1.
Oh boy.
And so, I'm just gonna have to activate the game's not HP system, but the fatigue system.
Mm.
You feel, you hear loud cracking of your joints. No, you don't hear it. You're not in the you're not quite in the moment at all, but Thea, you hear loud cracking of joints and possibly more as yes, after if you do manage to get out of this, every roll you make from this point on is going to have a -3 modifier.
Oh boy.
Oh, good grief.
If it happens again, it'll be with just flat out disadvantage. If it happens again, you're gonna be knocked out.
Oh boy.
It's a very simplified version of how mutants and masterminds works.
Any chance I'm in a position to help her?
Oh, yes, you're seeing all this happen.
Oh,
It's just it took a lot of rolls, but it all happened very quickly.
oh, for goodness! I take one of the arrows and basically stab Daru's arm.
Okay. And
Well, I had to think fast.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. And for that, roll me a let's see, unarmed close range damage 8. That would be roll me fight plus du- 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 du. Fight plus yeah 3 or just yeah fight plus 3. So your fight add 3 because weapon and
Okay.
yes that is your roll.
Certainly not that good.
Let's see. Daru will now make a parry roll.
I mean, at least it will
Boink.
distract her, regardless. You gotta
Oh.
be kidding me!
Oh no, she did not. She did not. And so, the arrow tip lodges itself into her arm, and both ladies feel an electrical shock that lights up the area.
Oops.
Both of them
either
start
way-
screaming in pain.
Well, at least it stops whatever this is, and hopefully it'll get Camilla and Bryn's attention.
They're not
Of course not.
anywhere.
And as that's
Yeah.
going on, I'm gonna try to glance over Daru and see if there's a lump or something.
And so, when that happens, that would be another point of fatigue for Max, unfortunately.
Sorry,
Oh,
Max.
God.
Everything you do with disadvantage now.
I'm
Oh, no.
sorry. I mean, kill it is. I don't think that I could have done it any other way because, let's face it, Daru is strong, so it would be very hard to get her to let go of Max.
Mm.
And when the electric thing passes, she just lets out a weird cough of smoke and then falls backward with Max on top of her.
You know, I'm not gonna question this at the moment. Then I proceed to
Move
look
back.
over Daru to see if there's a movable lump.
And you find one. Let's see. Roll me intellect.
Alright, intellect. And it is +1. Goody. Please be good, please be. Okay, that's decent at least.
All right. So it does not take you long to find it around the hip.
Am I the smartest one
left
in this
hip.
bunch?
Yes. Yes, you are. Which is
Interesting.
kind of ironic.
Yes.
So, you manage to find the thing on her left hip.
Okay, here's hoping I can cut it out.
Mm-hmm. Lance it.
Well, how do you do it?
You know what? At this point, I think it's gonna come down to instinct. So if this is allowed, basically the bow suddenly turns into twin blades.
Yes, we did discuss that.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then I basically do that and use the blade to cut it out.
Alrighty. Give me a dexterity roll.
Okay, my dex is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on, come on. Oh, please tell me that's at least
Okay.
passable.
You manage to open up a wound on her side, and out tumbles a well, time has passed, but it was also suspended in the photograph. It is a 4.5 inch long little gray silverfish centipede looking thing that has been cut into 2 pieces.
Okay. Either way, I immediately shock both parts into oblivion.
Okie dokie, no need to roll for that because they're right there.
Okay, good. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna look her over again, just in case.
And Daru, when you did that, she kind of shouted in pain and grabbed her hip and rolled over and asked why you did that at her.
Oh,
Good
sorry,
to
She
have
got
you back,
tears in
Daru.
her eyes, feeling betrayed and all that stuff.
I gently rub her back. I really am sorry, Daru, but it was the only way to get one of those things from Patrick out of you.
What things? Patrick, what happened? What happened? I'm scared.
In short, Patrick left behind a little present before his demise, apparently.
Present? What?
Yeah, not
I
a
don't
good
want any
kind.
presents from Patrick.
Nobody does.
Yeah, well, neither did Logan and Ren, and apparently they had one in them too.
You mean those little bugs things?
Yep, unfortunately.
No, you killed it,
Well,
right?
this one I did kill. Again, though I'm still looking over her as I'm also rubbing her back. Can't be too careful.
She has she has only the one wound, and as you examine her, you realize that as she's covering the wound, the arm she's using to cover it is also kind of pinning Max against herself.
Um,
And Max has not been in a position to breathe very much since this whole thing started.
oh dear. Daru, you might want to let Max go. She can't seem to breathe.
Max? Where? She looks down and notices Max. Oh, hi, Max. And, oh, let go! And so
Yeah.
she pulls her hand away,
I'm
picks
getting
up picks up Max and drops her in the sand next to her.
Like you do.
And then she looks at her hand and oh, it's covered in blood and she doesn't like it and tears form in her eyes and then she squints and closes and puts her hand back on her side and she starts to cry a little bit.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I basically cradle head to Thea basically cradles Daru's head to her chest, basically stroking her hair and trying to calm her down. Then she also looks to Krakla. Could you please find Camilla and Rin and let them know what happened? I have a feeling we're gonna need some healing here.
Of course. And she zips off back to the cave.
Alright.
And when she makes it back to the cave, excuse me, Miss Camilla. I hate to interrupt you, but this is an emergency.
What is it?
Daruga broke through the photograph.
She what?
Don't worry, she has been subdued, but she suffered a wound and is now bleeding. We require healing.
Alright. Stay here. She like looks at Lauren. She's like, stay here.
Oh, where am I gonna go in my condition, you son of a...
Mm. So yeah, she's gonna rush off. Also, with Caspian's also in there.
Meanwhile, Max,
Max.
roll me one more will save.
Oh God. And not horror. Not amazing. Not amazing either.
Yeah. Remember that crush you felt on Camilla before?
Oh
Oh
no.
no!
No.
She has a rival now.
Oh
Oh no.
That's fine. I can be polyamorous.
Well, Camilla's kind of committed to someone anyway. So this is awkward.
no! Oh
It's
my!
okay. I'm still the crushes. Somehow.
Poor Max. Bisexual sadness.
all this potential for bisexuality, and yet it's only ever moved in one direction.
Yeah, that sounds.
Sorry, Logan.
So much bisexuality, and you only choose the hetero. What the fuck? I mean, I have to say the same, honestly. Like,
I mean, your only other options was that Pete Gunther guy.
yeah, no,
No, you don't like neckbeards?
no.
They like you.
I know.
Okay. I'm done torturing you now.
No, you're not.
Okay, you're right, but still, I'm moving on.
I'm never done torturing anybody.
He's never done torturing any of us.
Now then. So, that's taken care of. Your stable, and heart is palpitating, and Psyche is going out of her mind. But at the moment,
Sounds about right.
you're more concerned with the butterflies in your stomach than the little voice in your ear.
Just wait, is the little voice Psyche?
Yeah, that's Psyche. Asking you questions about how dead you are or are not.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying any attention to her.
Okay. So, that being said, it doesn't take Camilla and Caspian long to arrive.
Right.
And when she dismounts,
Mm-hmm.
Caspian gives a little snort and a stomp. And when he does, you hear a small metallic rattle.
Uh-oh.
What?
Well, okay then. She looks over at Caspian.
Yeah, he's got some cool nautical themed armor on him now.
Hi. She looks really amazed right now.
Yeah, I was not there before you sped off on your way over.
Caspian. Okay, she does need to shake herself out of that because she needs to focus on friends.
A horse. I forget. Are horses for eating?
No.
No, they are not.
Oh, okay. And so she pulls her hand from her wound a little bit, but turns her face away from it. She doesn't want to look at it.
Again, I am sorry, Dora, but it was the only way to get that blasted thing out of you.
She heals her up with her little water.
And this one will actually require a roll.
Alright.
What roll was it again? I want to pull that up real quick. Over to see healing touch close. Okay. Yeah, that'll just be. We can just apply the dexterity to this one.
Alright, so that's another 4. Alright.
Okay. Respectable. Let me see here. And that gets a you. Okay. The bleeding stops.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's still tender. So kind of leave it alone. But it is
Yep.
closed. Not bleeding anymore, but too much movement will open it up again.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she's gonna look over the others just to make sure that they're okay.
The only one who's sustained any significant injuries would be Max.
Mm-hmm.
She,
But
Max,
I wouldn't have known that
right.
in character. That's why I'm looking over them both.
If you, when you attempt to move, you find that it is, not a pleasant experience to attempt it. As none of your bones are broken, but they came real close.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna go bed.
So, also, she has some burns along her lips for some weird reason.
She's gonna give Max a weird look and then heal her.
All right, one more roll.
Mm-hmm. Hey!
Okay. The
Woo!
burns are taken care of. She's still got some residual bruising, but her bones are gonna be fine. She's just gonna need a nap.
Alright. You guys get some rest. Make sure you do talk to the goblins, but I need to get back to Rin and also deal with whatever's going on with Caspian!
And Caspian doesn't seem too terribly phased by his new situation.
Please tell me I wasn't
Yes,
actually
let's
correct
see,
about him being sentient.
I have seen this once before with Thunder.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what worries me.
Spritz, can you explain what's going on with my horse?
Oh. Well, looks as if you have unconsciously chosen a proper familiar.
Well then.
Excellent. You'll be able to ride him into battle now as a majorette.
She looks him over and gives him a very proud look. And gives him a pat, and gets on, and rides back to Rin.
And, yeah. Turns out, he jumps like you do now.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
boy.
Possibly better, even. Certainly moves faster.
Whoa, boy.
And so he skids to a stop on the sand, gives a nice proud.
Hmm. Good Caspian. We'll definitely have to test you out a little bit more at some point. See just how far your powers go, your own abilities go. Because I know that Thunder is able to shock people. You seem to have my water-based abilities.
Well, Caspian.
Or at least my water theming.
Caspian, unfortunately, is not able to communicate as well as the goblinoids, unfortunately. But
I don't know, she's more talking at him than to him.
then Spritzia speaks up. Hey, should Rin be on his feet right now?
No.
Figures.
Well, he's on his feet and using the cave wall to try to walk out.
Sit down.
How about you make me, huh?
Is
Uh-oh.
that a challenge?
He turns his head away and, pushes himself off the wall, turns around back into the cave, and takes a couple steps on his own power, and then plops down into a sitting position as if that was what he intended to do in the first place.
You're in no position to be moving right now. I'm going to stay the night with you so that way I can oversee your healing.
I don't need a nursemaid.
Funny, months ago when we first met, you were begging me to help you.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, I've been helped. You're done now.
Mm-mm. I'm done when I say I'm done.
Spoken like a true majorette.
Spoken like a true Oni. Mm. She does actually stick your tongue out at him.
Funny.
All right. With that, I'm going to give Max something non-dice related to do at the moment.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Also, I just want to remind everybody, nobody told her to kiss the photograph.
Yes.
I know I
It was
didn't.
Max's idea.
Seriously, what the heck were you thinking, Max?
This is such a dumbass.
Those consequences were not brought about from my design.
Bisexual dumbassery.
Shh, my entire personality is chaotic bisexual. Shh.
You roll to seduce the dragon. Anyway,
Good grief.
it did not get you very far, did it?
Camilla is trauma by.
Ah, crap, you're right. So, now that you so
What
close
the
to failing
hey?
anyway.
Over 9. No, not really.
What the hey?
Notice I rolled only a 2.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, it is over 9,000 actually.
So, now then, Max, you have all of these weird feelings and emotions fluttering about in your brain
Towards a lot of different people.
towards a lot of different people. And at this rate, some of those people might end up being, well,
Yeah.
heck, if these, oh no, avoiding spoilers, but I see this getting worse before it gets better.
Uh-oh.
Why does it not
So-
get worse?
Max, is there anything you want to accomplish now under these circumstances that you and Daru are lying on the beach together while being watched awkwardly by Thea?
Ay.
Well, I kind of just want to go back. I'll just go back to my dorm room and go to sleep.
Okay, so yes, Psychia is doing the thing where she's like pulling at your shirt in a vain attempt to act like she's helping you up to your feet, but she's a tiny fairy. It doesn't make any difference. But gosh darn it, she's trying.
And she's adorable for it.
And
Okay,
then
okay, I'll go.
okay, you need to take care of yourself now, all right?
I
And so
know.
Daru then stands up too and rubs her head a little bit and looks at you.
I'm gonna look away. Eye contact is scary.
And, and she starts tearing up again.
Nope.
And
I run away. I run away.
wait, no, come back! And she chases after you.
Oh,
I
good
run
grief.
fast.
And okay, I think that's I'm satisfied with ending your particular scene with that image of you running from Daru and Daru chasing you.
I'm scared.
I am indeed surrounded by children. Wonderful, but
I know the
children.
feeling. Yes. The Majorettes are very lucky to have someone like you on their team.
My eyebrow raises, then I look to where the voice is coming from.
It's just Cracklia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, still, with all that thing going on, for all I know, that was
And then-
Puck or somebody else.
Oh god, that would have been creepy.
It would have been, but, well, let's just say Puck's still knocking the water out of his ears.
Well, maybe Puck should man his own business.
You know, he really should. He absolutely should. I will not deny that.
Maybe he shouldn't go fucking freaking Camilla or her best friend or her lover. Any of them.
Yeah, well, then again, he even said that he had to follow orders.
Oh, please.
Hey, I got.
Puck looked out for Puck.
The old Nuremberg defense. Anyway,
Hey, Thea's
But
trying to
also-
give him some credit. Because at least, I believe that it was made clear that he did seem to understand what Thea was saying, but he knew he couldn't, you know, exactly help the other majorettes.
all right. So, with that little exchange, the running away, the I'm surrounded by idiot children. I added the idiot part because that's what we really mean when we say that.
Mm-hmm.
And Rin being Rin,
And Camilla being Camilla. Likewise.
and Caspian having a new cool armor.
Yes. Starting his transformation into the best hippocampus.
Hmm. I believe this is a good spot to call it for tonight.
Yes.
We had lots of things holding us back from getting started,
Mhm.
but it was nice to be able to speak, even if we couldn't speak in front of a live studio audience.
We have a live studio audience. It's just
Oh,
an
we did?
audience of one.
Ah,
Well, one or two.
hi, audience of one.
It's me.
And me.
I'm the audience.
Eh,
We need to like clip some of these moments and like animate them or something. Or, like do little animatics over them,
in any case,
podcast style.
I officially call this session adjourned.
Yay!
Woo!
Bye bye. Love you all.
That desperate to get rid of us.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Well, it is 10 over here, so that's fair.
Alrighty.
I also want to be able to have milk now and some cheese because can't really have that while you're voice acting.
True.
True,
Damn
I
it.
am tired. I am gonna go to sleep now.
You go to sleep now,
Bye.
and we'll just pretend that's not character bleed. Good night.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Anyway, for all who
Whew.
joined us, thank you all for watching or listening in this case. Uh, don't know what we'll be doing next week, but well, I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be very fun.
Yeah, I just can't say for
Yes,
sure if
I'm
it's going to be
sure it'll
streamed
be
or not.
very fun.
Well, I just can't say for sure if it's going to be streamed or not.
Right?
Anywho, oh, Curse of the Hiccup strikes again.
Oh my
Yup,
goodness.
she said it. She said it.
Anyway, hope you all have a good night. You all stay safe. And this is actually Wing Song.
Avian Python
And Conan Bell.
signing off.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.